Hi guys, so I'm back with another collection videos for my highlighters. The first highlighter I have to show you is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in the shade Wisp. This retails for $8 and it is a super different formula. If you ever felt a ColourPop formula, you know what I'm talking about. They're very hard to describe, but they're very like creamy but a powder at the same time, somewhere in between a cream and a powder. And this color is super pretty. It's like a very light gold bronzy shade. I really love how it looks on my skin tone, and it's one of my favorite highlighters that I tend to reach for on a regular basis because I know how it looks, and as you can see I hit major pan on it, so I totally love this highlighter. My next highlighter is another ColourPop one, and this is in the shade Lunch Money. Again, these are $8. I really love ColourPop highlighters because depending on how you apply them, you could either get a really nice subtle natural glow or a really intense disco ball wet highlight kind of look. So when you do apply these with a brush, it is more subtle, and when you put it on with your finger, that's when you're going to get the most intense highlight. So this is Lunch Money, and it's a really nice white kind of pale gold shade with a little bit of a champagne yellowish undertone. So you guys see one swipe, they're super duper pigmented, and this shade compared to Wisp kind of pops off my skin more because it is lighter and it just has more of that pop on my skin tone. So this is Lunch Money, and I love this highlighter as well. Here I have the famous Champagne Pop by JACLYN, Hill, and BECCA. This is their Shimmering Skin Perfector, and these retail for $38, so these are more expensive and on the high end side, but I seriously think these are so worth it. These are some of the best highlighters that I have tried. They're so shimmery without being chunky or glittery, and I especially love this color. It's a nice white gold with a really intense peachy undertone to it, and this works on every skin tone from the fairest to the deepest, and I really love this. The only thing I don't like is how fragile this is. I'm so scared it's gonna break because the powder is so soft and pigmented, but here's the swatch. As you can see, it's super peachy, and I love the reflectiveness and color of this. In my collection, I also have the Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Duo in the shade number 1. These are $39 and I got mine at Sephora. I really like the packaging of this. It's super sleek and the design on the inside is really cool. This comes with a bronzer and a highlighter. I don't get much use out of the bronzer, but I love the highlighter a lot. So as you can see from the swatch, it swatches super evenly and it's super soft and pigmented. This is an icy white highlight with a slightly pink undertone. I don't tend to reach for pink undertone or cool tone highlighters that much over like my golds or warm tones, but I really love this one, especially when I'm doing a cool tone makeup look or a special occasion makeup look, because this one really pops off my face. Another drugstore highlighter that I own is the NYX Illuminator, and this is in the shade Ritualistic. These are $8.99. And this isn't my favorite highlighter because it's really not that intense, but it's a really pretty white shade with a gold yellowy reflex undertone in it. And as I was saying, this isn't my favorite because it's not that intense. As you can see from the swatch, it is super duper natural and doesn't really pop off my face that much. I definitely prefer this highlight when I'm doing more of a no makeup look and I want a subtle glow. I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Illuminator in the shade So Hollywood in my collection, and these are $28, and So Hollywood is just the basic gold shade. I really love the pattern on these illuminators. I think it's the prettiest one, like physically when you look at the powder itself. It has like these really pretty tile kind of effect, and I read that Norvina did that because it is easier to pick up the most product that way. So this is just a true basic gold highlighter. It doesn't have any glitters. It's super smooth and super pigmented. I love this shade and is one of my favorite gold highlighters. This is the LORAC Tantalizer Highlighter and Bronzer Duo. This is the mini version. I think it was around $12, but the full size is $33. And I don't reach for this. This is my least used highlighter because honestly, I think the highlighter is pretty sucky and the bronzer is very dark and muddy. So here, as you can see, the highlighter is very just like sheer and it's not intense how I like it, so I don't tend to reach for it. One of my favorite highlighters is the Physicians Formula Shimmer Strips or Shimmer Brick. I'm not exactly sure. This is in the shade Warm Nude and this is $13.99 at the drugstore. I really love this because it comes with a bunch of different colors. As you can see, depending on where you dip in, you get a different undertone and shade of highlight, and these are super pigmented and super creamy, and I definitely think are up to level with a high-end highlighter, and I reach for this one a lot. This is Benefit Watts Up It. This is the mini size. It's so cute and tiny. I love the packaging on this. The full size retails for $30, but I got this as a little Sephora birthday perk. So this is just a stick cream highlighter. As you can see, it's super smooth application and it blends out super nicely. And the shade is just a really nice champagne white gold color. Moving on to highlighting palettes, this is the City Color Highlight Trio. I got this in my Ipsy bag, but it's for sale on citycolor.com, and this is $8.95. So this is a little highlighting palette that comes with 3 shades, a nice yellowy gold, a whitish highlight, and then a typical pinky champagne color. I actually haven't tried this on my face, but the way it swatches is so nicely. It's just so nice and even, highly pigmented. It has a really nice sheen to it, and I'm excited to see how these last on my face. I also have the Maybelline Master Contour Highlighting and Contour Palette from the drugstore. So this is in the shade medium to deep, and this is $9.99. So the highlight in here is a little bit too dark for my skin tone. This is one that I have to layer, but I really love how this feels. I think it's an awesome highlighter from the drugstore. I just think the lighter one would suit me better. So these highlighters are in the CARLI BYBEL eyeshadow palette by BH Cosmetics. This whole palette is $14.50, which is an awesome deal for so many colors. So as you can see, the bottom row is all really nice sized highlighters, and I think they're awesome quality. The only one that's a little powdery is the lighter one, which is the lighter icy white pinky shade. But as they get darker, I feel like the texture and the pigmentation gets better and better, and I really like how these look on my skin, and they're super soft and really good highlighters. Lastly, I have my favorite highlighting product of life. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit in That Glow. This is $40 and it comes with 4 highlight shades: Sunburst, Golden Bronze, Bubbly, and Dripping in Gold. These are all so up my alley. My favorite kind of highlighters are warm, bronzy, gold tones. So these comes with 4 huge highlighters, and they also can be popped out and put into a Z palette. And I love the texture, the pigmentation, how these look. These are probably my most intense highlighters. As you guys can see, they're just so intense. They have such a beautiful sheen, and they're just so metallic looking. And that's it for my highlight collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and let me know what videos you guys want to see in the comments bar below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!